Think you know how to cut a watermelon? Most people just slice it any old way, but end up with sticky hands, wasted juice, and a messy plate. Today, I'm going to show you some super simple methods to slice it cleanly, beautifully, and in a way that makes serving guests a total breeze. Plus, if you stay till the end, I'll share a bonus tip on how to keep your cut watermelon fresh and juicy for days. No more dried out, flavorless leftovers in the fridge. Ready? Let's grab that watermelon and start slicing the smart way. Method 1. Cutting the whole watermelon into cube-style dice blocks. In my previous watermelon cutting video, many of you commented that you don't enjoy eating watermelon because every time you do, the juice gets all over your hands and body, attracting flies and bugs. That really just means you haven't learned how to cut watermelon cleanly and beautifully. Yet. Continuing the watermelon cutting tips, today I'll guide you through a fun and totally new way, cutting the watermelon into cube-style dice blocks. First, choose a whole watermelon and slice off both ends, the stem and the bottom. Be sure to cut a little thicker to fully expose the red flesh. Then, stand the watermelon upright and cut away all four sides to form a neat cube. Did you know watermelon contains up to 92% water? It helps rehydrate your body, keeps you cool in the summer, and supports healthy, moisturized skin. At this point, the watermelon will look a bit like a Rubik's Cube, very neat and tidy. Next, cut a cross shape on the top of the watermelon, but only go about 2/3 of the way down to avoid slicing through the bottom rind. This technique helps hold all the pieces in place and ensures they're even. Now rotate the watermelon sideways and continue slicing it into thin or thick slabs, depending on your preference. This method leaves part of the rind as a natural handle, which prevents juice from spilling out. When eating, you can simply grab a piece. Your hand doesn't touch the watermelon flesh directly, so it stays dry. It also looks elegant on a serving plate, making it perfect for hosting guests or small family parties. Visually stunning, and super convenient to enjoy. Method 2. Turn watermelon slices into refreshing popsicles. If you have small children or want to change the way you eat watermelon to make it more interesting, the following tip will surely make the whole family love it. First, cut the watermelon in half. Remove the hard green outer shell so that only the red flesh remains. Then cut it into rectangular blocks. Next, use a knife to cut along the length of the thin rectangular block that is easy to hold. About 1 to 3 centimeters thick is just right. Now get some wooden sticks like the ones used for popsicles. You can buy them at a baking supply store or reuse clean sticks from store-bought popsicles. Gently insert a stick into the bottom of each watermelon slice, then arrange your watermelon pops into a container and place them in the fridge or freezer. Watermelon is rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that helps reduce the risk of cancer, especially prostate cancer, and supports heart health. It's a fantastic boost for your body. After just a few hours, your chilled watermelon popsicles will be ready. Bright, refreshing, naturally sweet, and crunchy, without any added sugar or sweeteners. They're absolutely perfect for summertime, and Tracy guarantees the little ones are going to love them. Method 3. Carve watermelon into a bird wing shape. If you're looking for a way to cut watermelon that's both stunning and simple to do, perfect for impressing guests at a party or dressing up the weekend fruit. First, lay the melon horizontally on a cutting board and cut it in half lengthwise. Then, take a sharp, clean knife. Make sure it's well sanitized and sharp to keep the cuts neat and hygienic. Next, cut alternating diagonal V-shaped notches along both long edges of the watermelon, like you're carving a row of evenly spaced zigzags. Watermelon is an excellent source of vitamins A and C, which help improve vision, boost immunity, and support healthy skin. It's also low in calories and contains no fat, making it a great choice for people on a diet or for older adults. Once the zigzag edges are carved, use the knife to cut a horizontal line straight across the center of the melon. Finally, gently push both sides of the watermelon rind outward with your hands. The red flesh inside will automatically fan open into evenly spaced triangle slices, resembling the outstretched wings of a bird. No molds, no fancy tools, no crushed fruit, just a gorgeous, mess-free watermelon display that's easy to grab and enjoy. It's perfect for serving guests or giving kids a fun way to eat fruit at home. Method 4. Ultra-quick watermelon cutting. Do you usually cut watermelon into regular slices like this? That method can get really messy, with juice dripping everywhere, not to mention the pieces often turn out uneven. Let's try a better way. First, choose a long-shaped watermelon and cut it in half crosswise. Tracy used the remaining half of the melon in tip 2. Then, flip one half over onto the cutting board with the green rind facing up. Then, using a sharp knife, make diagonal cuts across the top of the rind, essentially forming an X pattern at the top of the melon, as if you're carving petal-like sections into it. Next, follow those diagonal cut lines and slice downward through the body of the melon. Guide your knife all the way down to the board to create long, even pieces. Each piece still has a bit of rind on the bottom, making it easy to grab and eat by hand. This technique is especially handy when preparing dessert for the family. It keeps things tidy, hands clean, saves time, and minimizes waste. Just a note: avoid cutting the watermelon too far in advance. Exposure to air will cause the fruit to soften and lose moisture quickly. Method 5. Cut watermelon into beautiful butterfly shapes. If cutting watermelon into regular slices feels a little too boring, then why not try turning those pieces into adorable butterfly shapes instead? First, cut the watermelon in half lengthwise. Use a knife to carefully peel off the green outer rind, leaving only the red flesh. This will make it easier to shape. Then, use the knife to carve 2 small parallel grooves down the center of the watermelon, spaced about ½ inch apart. This will be the butterfly's antennae. Next, flip the watermelon cut side down onto the cutting board. Begin carving 3 larger grooves on each side, spaced about 1 to 2 inches apart, extending out from the antenna area. These will form the butterfly's wings. Each groove should be cut just deep enough to shape, but not so deep that it breaks apart the flesh underneath. Finally, slice across the entire watermelon block into serving-sized sections, and you'll start to see little butterfly shapes appearing right before your eyes. They're so cute, even I can't help but smile, let alone the kids, who are sure to fall in love with them. And that wraps up the 5 smart ways to cut watermelon. Fast, neat, and mess-free. Each method can be flexibly used for everyday family meals or entertaining guests. They're practical and elegant at the same time. Now you can confidently transform an ordinary watermelon into a showstopper with just a few simple cuts. After cutting your watermelon but not finishing it, be sure to store it properly to keep it fresh and delicious. One surprisingly effective but little-known method is to soak the cut watermelon in clean water, but not completely submerged. Here's how to do it. Take the unused half of the melon and cover the cut surface tightly with plastic wrap to prevent air exposure. Then, place the wrapped melon pieces into a basin of clean water, making sure the water level only reaches about 2/3 of the fruit's height. Important note: don't let water cover the cut surface. This could cause the watermelon to absorb water, lose its flavor, and spoil more quickly. This method works like a mini cooling chamber. It helps retain moisture and keeps the melon crisp and sweet. For the best results, change the water once or twice a day. With this little trick, your cut watermelon can stay fresh for up to 1 to 2 days without losing its juicy taste. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I'm curious, where are you tuning in from? Don't be shy. Leave a comment below saying, "I'm from," so we can get to know each other. If you found today's watermelon cutting and storage tips helpful, please type 01 or comment, "Loved it," so I know you enjoyed it. Your likes, comments, and shares are my biggest motivation to keep spreading practical and easy tips to everyone. Be sure to follow the channel so you never miss a new video. Once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your love and support. See you in the next video.